So today I've been reflecting on this idea of believing in yourself. Um, but before I talk about that, you may want to take a moment to settle down, and you can reflect on this and think of it as a bit of a meditation. Um, so take a couple deep breaths. And notice your body. Notice any sensations. And give yourself a moment to arrive here. So it's interesting that at times uh, somebody will say, oh, you should just believe in yourself. Or maybe we'll think of one of our friends and think, wow, that person should believe in themselves. And when I think about it from the outside like that, when I say that to someone else, very often it's because I see them as capable of doing whatever it is that they're setting out to do. And so from my perspective, it's easy for me to say, oh, you should believe in yourself. And then when someone says this to me, somebody will say, hey, you should believe in yourself. Very often it's my experience is that I don't have access in that moment or in that situation to believing in myself and believing that I'm capable or deserving. And very often, well, nobody usually talks about how to believe in ourselves and how we might go about this. And if you sort of check your internal experience, I'm sure that you can find places where you do believe in yourself. There are things that you believe in yourself to be capable of, to be uh, able to do. And I encourage you to find one now, to find a place where you do believe in yourself. Maybe you believe in your ability to get up and go to work or do your job. Maybe you believe in yourself, believe in your ability to be a good friend. So whatever it is for you, take a moment and find one of those places where you do believe in yourself. I believe that I'm a pretty good guitar teacher. I believe in myself in that context. So find one or two examples of times and places where you believe in yourself. And then you can put that to the side and find a time or a place where when someone says, believe in yourself, maybe you don't, or that you doubt, or you're not certain. And I do want to say that I think it's actually fine to doubt and to not be certain. I actually think that's a good place of growth or possibility. And it's a little different than not believing in yourself. And and having the belief in your lack of capability. So I think there are at least three places in terms of this expression that we could occupy: a place of I believe in myself, or I doubt, or I'm not sure about myself in this situation, or I don't believe in myself. I don't believe I'm capable or deserving. And now take one and contrast it with the other. Perhaps take a place where you don't believe in yourself and contrast that with a place where you do believe in yourself. And many people will find that when you don't believe in yourself, you most likely you have reference of experiences of not being able to do that thing. And those reference experiences are enough that that for you, the jury is out and you believe you're not capable. And in places where we do believe in ourselves, we have so many reference experiences of being able to do the thing that you believe you could do it again. So if someone said, Rob, can you teach guitar? Sure, not a problem. Like I've done it countless times, and I know I can do it again. And then in the middle, where I'm not quite sure, where I have doubt or lack of certainty, it's usually a mix. I have a mix of examples of positive references and so-called negative references. You know, if you ask me to cook something new, I think I might do a good job the first time, but I also might not. So that's a place where, you know, I have examples where the first time I made something, it was amazing. And also many examples where the first time I made something, it was definitely not amazing. So that's a good example for me of kind of being in the middle. So what do we do with this? So if there's an example of something, a place or a context where you don't believe in yourself, the first thing that I would do is notice the examples that you have that strengthen that belief of not believing in yourself. You know, so those are examples of you not being successful in that context. And notice if there are also examples of times when you did okay in that context. Because I have a feeling that you probably have examples of both. And what we can begin to do is at least try to stack examples in both categories of doing this thing well and also not doing this thing well or not succeeding at it, so that we can move it from not believing in ourselves to at least a place of doubt or uncertainty or openness. And then from there, we can begin to gather together more and more examples of what it's like when we're capable or deserving of that thing, and begin to move it into the place of, I believe in myself in that particular realm. You can also notice, do you collect all these examples of success experiences in one particular location? For this talk, I'm gesturing to this side of my body for the success examples. But you may put your success collections up here and your non-success collection somewhere else. Notice the location And sometimes you can simply move that example into the place where you put your successes, and that alone sometimes can start to give you a sense of like, huh, maybe this is possible. And something that I've talked about in a couple previous videos is, instead of the idea of believing in yourself being a digital thing of I believe this is true or I believe this isn't true, if you state it more as progress, you know, I am becoming capable, I am becoming successful, I am becoming deserving. Progress is easier for us to get behind as a belief, right? It's not a stagnant thing that needs to be one specific way. So I recommend that whenever you have doubt about yourself in a certain realm and you feel like you'd like to believe in yourself, that you sort of take out these examples again and find references of places where you do believe in yourself, find references where you're on the fence and you have openness or doubt, or skepticism, healthy skepticism, and examples where you don't believe in yourself, and enjoy moving them back and forth and seeing what it's like to hold each of those experiences in those different positions or locations.